Hello everyone, and this is Cleric once again, and welcome to what will hopefully be the first of many weekly Armored Core news updates. Many people come into the Discord and share things they found on the internet related to Armored Core, go over upcoming tournaments and AC news, and then on the flip side, we have many people coming into Discord and asking for information on tournaments, where they saw some posts looking for some pictures or some artwork. And so I thought I would start posting this weekly kind of info blast update with information from FromSoftware, Bandai Namco, publishers and manufacturers, as well as some community tournaments and community created content. Most of the content today was brought to you by FromCheng from the Armored Core Legacy team. This comes from his Pilot's Internal Organization thing he puts out once in a while on Reddit and on Raid Republic, and also puts it out on Twitter. So a lot of this information came courtesy of him, so thank you, Cheng, for the information. And so without further ado, we'll get to the first bit of Armored Core news. Kadokawa, that's FromSoftware's parent company, recently released their quarter two, shall we say, earnings and financial report. Though many didn't really realize before this happened that FromSoftware even had a parent company, and there was some controversy surrounding the Twitter space. A user recently put on there that he was looking over the information they posted and showed that Kadokawa was not very happy with Armored Core's release information, the sales wasn't good enough, and all of these things we're talking about doing. Well, I would show you that post, except that post since then has been removed. So there's a good chance that either that information is just something you just kind of, inferred from the info, but actually, if you look at the actual data itself from the slides they projected, linked in the description below, actually shows they're actually fairly happy with the things that happened with Armored Core. 700,000 units in Japan alone, that's only through September 30th. So given the game came out towards the later end of September, they expect many more sales, just on the, at least on the very Japanese end. And global sales were great for it. I believe this is by far the biggest selling Armored Core release globally, and might even has a chance of eclipsing almost the previous series combined if things keep going this direction. So with that being said, I think they're pretty happy with it. The sales numbers look pretty good on the charts. Now, people have noticed there's another thing that was in those slides, mentioned that FromSoftware is looking into publishing their own games. Now, those are very familiar, like Elden Ring and Armored Core 6 were published by Bandai Namco here in America, and they have seen that release. Oh, actually, they released other places too, but you get the idea. And that's not new information. Actually, about this time last year in 2022, FromSoftware even mentioned it. I think that might be the first time they mentioned getting into the self-publishing space. In fact, I think that's what prompted Bandai Namco, not long after the FromSoftware made a deal with a Tencent subsidiary, and also with Sony Pictures, well, Sony Entertainment, should I say, that Bandai Namco, quote, the recent mergers and acquisitions are making it harder for smaller publishers to gain access to the best studios. So the self-publishing thing is not a new information, it's actually from last year, but hey, who knows, if FromSoftware ends up moving into the self-publishing space, maybe we'll get a chance for more of a US-based direct presence with FromSoftware, and that could mean good things, not just for Armored Core, but for other games in particular. Moving right along to Armored Core model kit news, Kotobukiya is going to reprint and re-release the Rosenthal Noblesse Oblige kits for March in 2024, and also the Ambient in July 2024. Those of you who are major mecha, or even just Armored Core specific model kitters, I know a lot of people out there really love that space. Here's your chance to get your hand on these and not have to pay exorbitant reseller prices because they're reprinting these. So as of right now, at the time of making this video, the orders are still currently open for pre-order. So if you want to get your hands on one of these model kits that, by the way, once they go out of print, go up insanely in value in most cases, please don't scalp. Don't take this as an opportunity to scalp. Take these for the actual hobbyists. So if you want to go out there and get yourself on those hands, those model kits, maybe your model kitter got recently into it and you missed out on these in the first release, here's your chance to get them once again. Moving on ahead to Armored Core tournament news, Dirk Donk. Now, Dirk Donk is becoming one of my more favorite, shall we say, Armored Core Twitch streamers, simply because the man loves 3v3s, and man does he. He's hosting a $250 3v3 tournament on PC. is on November 11th, 2023 at 11 a.m. EST. It's going to be a Swiss format bracket, then moving over to double elimination to decide the top 3. For those who aren't familiar with Swiss tournament, that's actually something probably, I think, going to become probably the standard in formats for a lot of tournaments, Armored Core 6. It gives a chance for people to play more games in general if you lose out. For those who aren't familiar with Swiss tournaments, essentially everyone starts off with a 0-0 record. After the first round, you're either 1-0 and 0-1. All the 1-0s play each other, all the 0-1s play each other. You go to the next round, then you have some 2-0s, 1-1s, and 0-2s. They play each other again, and essentially you get points towards your overall ranking based on who you beat. So let's say you're 0-2, and then you beat someone who was 2-0. That gives you extra points than beating someone else who was also 0-2. After it's all said and done, after a few rounds, maybe 5 or 6 rounds, it then decides who the top players will be. You then either do a single or double elimination bracket to find out the final winner. Now, there are some restrictions in this team tournament, being 3v3. Teams are limited to 6 missile launchers entirely per team. You only have 1 LCS laser cannon per AC, 2 earshots per team max, only 2 across your entire team, and the coral shield is just straight up not allowed. So please, over on Dirk Doc's side, his Twitch is going to be where he's going to be streaming his side of the tournament. I'm actually going to be co-streaming on the YouTube side. I'll be doing some different matches than he's going to be streaming, and then we're going to co-stream together on the finals and talk it out and see how that 3v3 ends out. So if you've been looking for a 3v3 tournament on the PC side of Armored Core 6, this is your opportunity to do that very thing, that we kind of see what the 3v3 space is like. And I can tell you, it is very different from the 1v1 space. There's a different meta, there's different things involved. There's a reason why the things that are being modified or banned, so to speak, or limited are for a reason. They're very strong in this matchup. So with that being the case, go sign up. There's only a few people on there right now, and that is a prize pool of $250. So if there's not that many teams, that increases your chances of getting your place in there and get some little bit of cash. So go show the man some support. Does some awesome Armored Core stuff. In more Armored Core tournament news, the Successive band tournament being hosted by Foxfire Cat RPG on the PC. This is a very interesting and intriguing idea. So essentially what's going to happen, you're going to go through 7 set maps in a certain order. And kind of think of it this way. So essentially what you do, every time there is a winning AC, whatever AC wins that map, so to speak, whatever build they have, all the parts on that build are banned. You no longer use any of the parts on that banned from that AC. You then go play the next map. At that point, people can make whatever AC they want, as long as not using any of the parts from the previously winning AC. Then on map 2, whoever wins that one, that then winning AC, all the parts they used were then banned, and no one can use those parts from either round 1 or round 2, and so on and so forth. So by the time you get to the final map, you could have 6 cores, 6 legs, 6 set of arms, 6 heads, and possibly up to as much as 24 weapons could be removed from the game. I love the concept of this. This is kind of a test run, so he is limiting it to 16 participants total. There is no prize for it. This is kind of a beta test to see how this format does, see if there's interest, if there's any way they can make it better, improve it, or if people really like it, and then you might run some more. So information that's going to be on my Discord. Link to the description is, of course, below. Moving over to our last bit of tournament news, as I may have heard before with previous tournaments, the 2 I just announced here on this very video, the PC community Armored Core is getting a lot of love. Well, Board Joss decided, you know what, the PSN side, PlayStation Network side, needs some love too. So Board Joss decided to make the PlayStation Network Arena. Started on November 1st and goes through till December 31st. It's a series of ladder matches over that 2-month period, each of which has their own set of prizing. And then at the end, there's a big invitational tournament to decide who the big winner is of that ladder season on the PlayStation side. Total prize pool of $925. I love seeing that dollar amount being attached to Armored Core tournaments. There's another big one I'm going to talk about in next week's video that I am so psyched to see Armored Core getting this kind of support both from outside and inside the community. So those of you on the PlayStation side itching for your chance to get into competitive scene, to flex your competitive muscle in Armored Core 6 and get a chance to kind of hone your skills against other players who are vying for a decent size, very decent sized prize pool, here's your chance. Information, of course, and the details linked below. Finishing up on the Armored Core community content side of news, now there are some seriously talented people out there in the Armored Core community space. One such talented person is Mason Rosenquist. Now, those who know, I'm very familiar with Mason Rosenquist. He's the one that actually gave me the 3D model for my Jacko trophy that was intended to go out for the winner of my ratio tournament. And he's been doing Armored Core model kits on the side, both as a hobby and through his Patreon. And he recently completed, well, at least looks like it appears he completed, the Armored Core 2 starter AC. So up what you see on the screen here is his quick and dirty render he did of the AC. That thing is gorgeous. So if you want to see more of his work, I'll put links in the description below, both to his Twitter and to his Patreon. Go take a look and see what he's done. Go support the man. He's supported me a lot. He donated some serious money to an upcoming tournament I'm going to work on for the beginning of next year. And the man has been great supporter both of what we do here at Armored Core as a whole. The guy loves Armored Core, and his models are second to none that he's made on this space. So go check it out. It'll be worth your time. Looking at some more talented people, Cryo90 created this awesome cataphract complete with LEDs in pieces. Take a look over here. I'm not sure how you do that kind of thing. I'll never once pretend to be the person who can make these kind of things. I am the person who likes to play video games. I do AT for a living. I'm not in the 3D model space or model making kit space. But that thing is pretty slick. So I can see why 617 may have died to that thing, given how cool it is, even a little toy space. So rest in peace, 617. Speaking of talent, and last but not least, take a look at this. That's right, that is a Chatty stick plushie made by, now I apologize if I say your name horribly wrong. I'll get as close as I possibly can, all right? I believe it's going to be Diuges Yosin 990 over on Twitter. I'll put links, and obviously everything, links for all the things you're going to see tonight are going to be in the description below. It's, yeah, I'm not going to lie, I want one. I want one. So I don't know if that's just a personal project and done, obviously from the Japanese Twitter space, but yeah, I just kind of want one. All right, well, that's all the news I have for you today, but there's a lot more out there. There's more upcoming tournaments, and then a week or so out from now, there'll be plenty more community content out there as well. Currently working on a form where you can submit out there, for you to submit your ideas or really cool things you've seen related to Armored Core, to showcase these weekly news updates. But for now, you can just use the AC News Weekly channel in my Discord. If you like this kind of content, feel free to like and subscribe, or become a supporter. All the different options to support me, whether it be on YouTube, Twitch, Patreon, the server, Discord server. Do what you want. It's your money. All the information is below, and I will see you in the next video.